art gardener Grace, and welcome to my art channel. Grace's art channel has been posted 4 videos already. In the preparation for the previous videos, I've learned more about artists and their works. Besides that, my deepest feeling is being really grateful. In the support of professionals and art institutions, so many great artworks can be well preserved and displayed to the world. We're lucky to witness the birth of great artworks today. If time can be turned back, how I hope the artist Christo Javashev can witness the completion of his installation project, Arc de Triomphe Wrapped. The Arc de Triomphe is huge in scale and simple in appearance. It pursues the majesty and calmness, reflects political changes and power struggles. The 4 sides of the building have different embossed: expedition, victory, peace, and resistance. But now, after 3 months of construction work, the 160-foot tall war monument has been completely concealed. This landmark has been outfitted in 270,000 square feet of silver blue polypropylene fabric bound with 9,800 feet of red rope by Christo's team. All the floor reliefs on the architect are hidden, simplify the Arc de Triomphe into a huge gray symbol standing in the center of Paris. It seems to be the artist thinking about the nature of war and freedom. Unfortunately, the creation and execution of the installation is extremely difficult. Christo and his wife Jean-Claude waited for 60 years. After they both passed away, this installation was finally realized by their team. In 1962, when Christo conceived Arc de Triomphe Wrapped, the star-shaped square had not yet been named General de Gaulle. In the creative stage of wrapping the Arc de Triomphe, he traced out the folds of the fabric in Arc de Triomphe, stroke by stroke, as if he was carefully sewing clothes for the Arc de Triomphe. I think this is also the glorious path of this country. There is its own artistic language, but beautiful things will also dissipate over time, and countless hardships are required behind the glory. Every work created by Christo and Jean-Claude required years of planning, communication, and execution. But the exhibition time is only about 14 days, short but brilliant. After a period of unforgettable blooming, the installation artwork disappeared but went deep into history. I started to understand Christo from his land artwork. Inspired from the snow fence, he and his wife began preparing for the running fence in 1972. A 18 feet tall, 24.5 mile white nylon fence supported by steel cables extending east-west near Freeway 101, north of San Francisco. The white nylon cloth was blowing in the wind, following the rolling hills and dropping down the Pacific Ocean in Baga Bay. It was like a white light split on the ground. Similarly, the artwork was demolished 14 days later, and the land was reverted to original. Over the 60 years, Christo and Jean-Claude's artworks have been continuous, crossing mountains and rivers, surrounding islands, integrating into nature and occupying cities. He didn't care about the vastness of nature, let alone any limitations of art, and always considered about the essence of art on a subversive scale. In the end, his brilliant artistic career showed with the landmark historical monument. My parents always take me to museums and galleries all over the world to experience different artists and their works. I found that when the painting stepped off the easel and the art went outside, the artist's vision suddenly enlarged. Their strong artistic passion always breaks existing roles and ingrained beliefs. Magnificent but not rough, just as this carefully wrapped Arc de Triomphe, standing in the sunlight like carefully wrapped furniture. Christo once said, "I've been a displaced person all my life." This is also a very important feature of my character. The memory of wrapping furniture as a child, rendered by the sense of instability and exile, prompted him to choose wrapped and bundled with simple fabrics as his important artistic language. Although it seemed to be prepared for people who set out to flee at any moment. Christo also wrapped his beloved things, a portrait of his wife Jean-Claude in a yellowish transparent plastic sheet. In the portrait, Jean-Claude put her right hand under her red lips. Her eyes were full of tenderness. Crystal slowly stretched out his hand to the face in the portrait, stroked the undulating folds of the plastic tied with hemp rope, and said to himself, "This should be 1964," before he decided to leave Paris. The artwork always captured the true heart of the artist. After a few years, people may not remember that this glorious monument was once wrapped by an artist. But at least for this moment, we can touch the artist's grandeur and delicacy of the heart, feel the huge impacts by public artwork, and rethink the essence of life under the gloom of the pandemic. Attentive can always be felt by the audience. I will continue to take care of the Grace Art channel and hope that my video will always serve as a window to understanding art more. Remember to subscribe me and see you next time. Thank you.